Yo, oh man, okay. Right off rip, boom. We're gonna set the tone, set the energy. Stephen A is here. Let's go. That's what's up, man. Thank you for the very warm welcome. I was not prepared, but I'm feeling so good about starting this out. Did I have anything planned out? No, but give me just a few seconds to marinate and have a good think and then look into stuff and boom, we hit gold. Stephen A, we hit gold, bro. Let me make sure, let me check. Let me check if things are locked and secure. We got somebody in the household that is maybe acting out. So let me just Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm going to hide the screen. Hey, PVG. Yes, I did not reach out to you. We're going to do a brief stop cam because I can't be letting that. Oh, look, it's the P. Yeah, I need to get my icon back. All right, BRB. BRB. Go nowhere. Okay, we're safe. We're safe, guys. We're safe. Damn it, Justin. You're not going live again. Oh my god, it's the Queen. The Queen survivor. I guarantee anybody that has gotten this far and sees that moment, hears that moment of me singing, will be like, all right, checking out, gone. By the way, yesterday's live, last night's live, completely ineligible. I cannot seem to get a notice. You know what? Let's check live real quick. If I got an email from YouTube, shall we? Shall we? Okay, you've convinced me. I got an interesting one. You remember PBD Value Entertainment? They had the interview about J6 was worse than 9/11. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here's what we got. Let me read what YouTube says. Y'all want to read along with me? Let's do that. This is for educational purposes, my friends. I just want to make sure that everybody is silly feathers here. What's up, man? It's good to see you. Good to see you, Queen. By the way, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I'm getting my new phone through the warranty tomorrow, and lo and behold, because of all the malware that is accumulated on my mother's phone, because of all the insane strangers that are around various parts of this very strange world, she needs a new phone. And for some reason, well, she's making some arrangements to travel very, very far away, which is not the best idea given the treatment she's going to require. So, that being said, let's take a look at this YouTube email. If you guys want to see what it looks like, you guys can see that. I think so. Hi, Progressive Patriot. Oh, do you hear my dog coughing in the back? Sounds like he sounds like a really girthy cat hawking a loogie. All right. Hi, Progressive Patriot, a copyright owner using Content ID. I hope it wasn't the 2 seconds of South Park. I knew the moment that popped on it was going to be an issue. So material in your video is live. The visibility settings you still remain. Blah blah blah. It is now either it's not monetized anymore. It says ineligible and it's in the red by the copyright owner, or they have chosen to receive analytics about it. This is not a copyright strike. I did contest it, so I hope I'm right. By the way, claimed by Rumble. What the hell did I cover from Rumble? I don't. That's confusing to me. Damn, I gotta be careful about what I contested if I was not accurate. Was if there are any problems, blah blah. What the hell, Rumble? Oh man, wait a minute. That's very confusing, and I'm gonna stand by this. Russell Brand, I didn't use any of the content that he utilizes on his Rumble. I just used what he uses on YouTube. So I guess Progressive Patriot versus Rumble. That's unfortunate. Damn, especially, the channel's all about spreading the message. Let me just show you guys everything. Look for any names that I recognize. Okay, all right. So let's go to the other email. No, I don't want y'all to see that. That's where you the people, send me emails. Now, that being said, let's get right into it. Let me see some of the what we got. Hey, what's up, Diana? It's so sad about M. Perry. I am not in the know yet again. actions, not distractions, is getting a one up on me. All things independent. Wolverine. I hope I say this right. Shavatova. I cannot say it correctly. But thank you, as always, Wolverine. You add such a. Additionally, like Stephen A., you add a whole layer of positivity, man. And thank you so much for that. Feel free, it costs you nothing. If you find any of the moments you spend here worthy of your time, go ahead, hit the thumbs up. What do you got to lose? Let me. I'm not freezing. Okay. Let's get to the footage. I wanted to. What is this? This Perry M though. Let me check. Another. No, don't tell me we've got another little a whistleblower. Let me see. Perry M. Should we do some real time research? Let's see. Okay, y'all are my inspiration. So, do you mind, Big Brother? Did you hear them? I couldn't find any results. Just chill. Okay, you stay there. All right. Man, yo, I'm joking about the FBI eavesdropping, okay? Except that one time that they totally mentioned that they knew I wanted a cinnamon bun at CanCon's house. All right, Perry M. I don't know anything about this, so we're deviating in real time because we do that here. Perry M. I feel like I should know that name. Oh no, not Matthew. Oh goodness. Matthew Perry, the Friends. Oh man, oh man. And I loved him in the other movie he did with Bruce Willis, I think. Yep. I hope I got that right. Uh he was a very pleasant individual. I don't know the man, but I'm going off of his work. So what's the story there? What was all right? Cause drowning, an apparent drowning at his Pacific Palisade home. Lots of drownings at people's homes, man. Let me guess. Was he in the middle of like creating a documentary about I don't know, going after the elite or exposing them or the DNC? Just check the boxes. So, yeah, okay, water rescue. That man, that's he was a young fella, right? How old was he? Let me see. No, he's not in a coma. Why was Matthew Perry speechless? That's probably older stuff. So here's a little snippet. Since real time. This is how we roll here. Real time. Much of the time. My oldest boyfriend. All of us loved Matthew Perry. Oh, well, condolences. It's a shame. I'm sure there's a lot more to the story. There just always seems to be. Oh, and he was 54 years of age. I don't think people.com is going to show any relevant material. But okay, interesting. Thank you for informing me. Sometimes we just learn things here. Another Whitney. No shortage of that. Just I don't know how that, celebrities and people that own pools, you'd think they just kind of know how to be safe, yet it seems to be such a popular way to go. Anyway, without planting too much seed of doubt or shadiness, I trust nothing. And I think I can speak for a lot of us. We trust nothing via the mainstream or whatever the case, so we're going to be skeptical regarding everything because we've been betrayed so many times as a country that it's the status quo to be like, is any of this legitimate? So with that being said, I want to introduce the thumbnail. That woman, that not her best look. Her name is Anna Kasparian. When I was completely radical lefty Eli over back in when Bernie Sanders was first running. Okay, I was 100% in, and I was I was talking to people in Antifa. I got so far, and I even regretted it back then. Old story. Be super quick about it. Got so far as getting onto the phone, and I found out this guy. He lured me in with all this pseudo intellectual communist jargon, only to get to where he really wanted to, which is, hey man, do you want to get involved in a actual protest where there will be destruction? I was like, oh, this is not really what I'm here for. And then he was trying to get me to renounce capital all over the phone. Oh boy, I should have kept that number. So, anyway, I mentioned all that, and that was far back. Anna Kasparian was a part of the Young Turks. I don't know if she's still on there. I know there was a lot of trouble at some point. She is a far lefty. I think she is still to this day, but I will not deny and I will not lie. I haven't caught up with her in some time. But as I understand it, there was some falling out between her and that complete shill pundit piece of shit, Cenk Uygur, who I used to think was such a bold hero. I'm glad Jimmy Dore got out of that too. So Anna goes here, and what caught my attention? Because what I can't still understand, guys, is when any Democrat or somebody that just thinks being on the left is common sense it starts to rationalize and explain their fear or their hatred for Trump. I find that the talking points are overused and pedantic, boring, dead. Nothing ever gains actual substance. It's just the same old talking points, just like watching yesterday's Russell Brand, where he's talking about the Steele dossier and all the things we know to be actual lies, and we can just say it because it's just our everyday reality, and nothing has been done, and that's what we seem to have to accept, but we don't want to. So let's see what Anna's concern here is that's quoted when apparently she's asked about Trump if he becomes the president. She's worried that he won't leave. Well, I've made it no secret. I'm a big fan of PBD, Value Entertainment. By the way, the guy I met that works for Value Entertainment, he just wanted to sell me pretty much how to make your podcast grow exponentially package. And I'm like, yeah, man, I thought, show me a tour of the building, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, whoa, the light. Let's get in.
I want to get your reaction on something. Can you pull up the Shamat clip? Can you pull up the Shamat? So Shamat, billionaire, former owner of the Golden State Warriors. They run a very good podcast, himself, David Sachs, and his peers. And Shamat, when he says things, he's not coming from a sensational, emotional. He just kind of says it the way it is. He's not a Trump guy. He didn't vote for Trump. He voted for Biden. He voted for Hillary. Yes. And then he just recently said this, I think last week. Go for it.
When Trump was elected, I was told that it was the end of the world. And that's what I thought. And I'd already underwritten him as an F. Okay. And then 4 years into the presidency, he was probably like a C in my mind.
I remember this guy. He was number one on the fear-mongering, hyperbolic Trump is the devil train at the time.
And then as I get a little bit of distance away, I realized, no, hold on a second. This guy was like a B plus. Like he was pretty good.
Boy.
I voted for Hillary Clinton. I voted for Joe Biden. But this is the honest assessment. The guy did, for the things that he was supposed to do, a good job. And for where every other president found a way to, frankly, make our situation a little bit worse, specifically around wars, he did not do that. And that is a huge accomplishment that I think needs to be acknowledged.
I think the thing that was...
Before I hear, and okay. This is what I find time and time again. Let me remind anybody that doesn't remember or that's new to this channel. I started as the blue no matter who Democrat guy that wanted Bernie Sanders to take over the world. Okay? My job when I was on Stuck in the Middle with my friend, my best brother Josh, and we had 2 different co-hosts and a lot of rotating guests. Essentially, my job was to be the leftist voice. Josh was the centrist. And the other 2 guys were really, one was a strong-minded Democrat, a little smelly though, and the other one was, confused. But what happened with me, I had to look into every claim that the media had, and I went in with the bias of wanting to find out Trump was the scumbag that the media indoctrinated and manipulated and brainwashed everybody to believe. And well, much to the chagrin of the DNC, who has lost a supporter, every time for 5 years that I went and looked up the claims of the mainstream media, I found that they had no credibility. So I learned while trying to advocate for the Democrats that they were the ones lying the most. And thusly, through that crazy happenstance, if it wasn't for Josh asking me to be a co-host on that show, I maybe would still be a Democrat watching the mainstream media. Think of how crazy that is. So through real homework and research and fact-checking the mainstream media, because we have this thing called the internet, I learned who the liars were. And Trump, no matter how much you can point out his tweets and his speaking, it's so horrific, he accomplished more than most. And I wish the stupid talking head media pundit shills with their think tanks and their pay-to-play legislation, politics crap would just throw more people, shut up, would throw more people like that guy who rode on the bus of Trump is the end of the world. And listen to him now. Hindsight's a bitch, media. So let's see what's up with this fella here. I think this is a strong point, We have these real life examples. I am not trying to stroke the ego or the existence of Trump. I'm just saying he was a good president and he is still a viable, rational, logical, smart choice to elect. I wish he was younger, but I think he's the best we got. Still watching RFK.
Smart about Trump was that he was willing to do business.
Yes.
He was willing to negotiate, and he didn't feel the need to make these moral condemnations all the time. He was willing to meet with Kim Jong-un. He was willing to meet with Putin and Xi Jinping, and he avoided criticizing them personally. He didn't call them dictators. He talked about how smart they are.
Yeah.
It's the art of the deal, right? I mean, at the end of the day, he's looking to do business.
Now, this is not a pro-Trump podcast, this right here with Shamat and those guys.
Crazy.
They're just kind of having a conversation. David Sachs even did a Twitter Spaces. The first one they did for DeSantis. Him and Musk were wanting DeSantis to be the guy. They're not somebody that's want to get behind Trump. And it seems to be there's more and more players like Shamat who are coming out saying, look, man, I couldn't stand the guy. I didn't agree with the guy. But if I have to choose between him and Biden, dude, what is going on today in the world? Like with Iran, with Israel, with Hamas.
This is like all of the things happening that make the world feel like it's on fire 24/7, 7 days a week, that has us all on pins and needles and frankly afraid of the future. I hope it might, I hate to put it this way, I hope it helps us make the hard choice. Even the people that are brainwashed break out of it and realize Biden has done nothing to help us aside from helping us get to where we are currently. And currently we are fucked. Thank you, Biden and Hunter and company. So yeah, there you go. That's my hope. That's my optimism.
Us with
Economy,
Ukraine, with
everything.
Russia, with economy, all this stuff. What the hell is going on? Yeah, okay, I don't like him, but I would much rather have him than who we have today. What is your reaction to what Shamat said?
My reaction to that is, look, you can look at the policies that he implemented and grade him on that, but I think that's entirely separate from my genuine concerns about Donald Trump, and they're not policy related at this point. I do have some disagreements policy wise, but putting that aside, look, I think it's really important to protect our liberal democracy. And you know what I mean by that, right?
No,
when I say
not
liberal
really.
democracy, I'm not referring to liberal Democrats.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Separation of powers,
Okay.
voting, like a democratic process. I am concerned, especially following, what happened with the
I saw no need to insert the word a liberal democratic party. Just say the democracy, our democracy. But okay, she felt very forced, slipping in liberal. But okay, whatever. I'm getting nitpicky in my old age.
fake electors and all of that, right? I am concerned that Donald Trump doesn't value our liberal democracy. And he has said as such. I mean, in a fairly recent rally, he talked about, solidifying and increasing power at the executive branch, which is
Look at every other extension, the House, the Senate, the legislators, the pieces of crap that put on their little political theater puppet boots. and they act like they're all pissed off at each other, and then behind the curtains and closed doors, they're writing the legislation together and benefiting together. Mitch McConnell got called. Was it no? Mark Rubio. They all of them, all the shills, they get called out on their own on the networks where they expect to be handled gently, and it's so clear they're just playing the game. I think it's not a bad thing, given the track record that we know Trump really has, not the one the media wants us to believe. I don't think it's a terrifying thing for him to solidify his actual presidential power, which is the job of a president, by the way.
By the way, very similar to what led to mass protests against Bibi Netanyahu in Israel. He wanted to essentially disempower the judiciary in that country. And the Israelis stood up to that because they realized that it is a gross violation of their liberal democracy. And so that is my biggest concern with Trump. At this point, honestly, if I objectively step back and I look at what people had the biggest issues in regard to Trump's policies were, right? Like the biggest issues were his treatment of migrants. But then you look at the Biden administration and he continued a lot of.
You mean advocating for securing the border and putting forth the idea of the wall, which is still being funded even during a Biden administration, even though he ran on the sheer fact that he would stop it at all costs. Good job again, Biden. And that he was also honest about the fact that we weren't getting the best of that situation. So Anna Kasparian, I've watched you and I've admired you back in the day, but where do you stand now? I'm just like literally as I look at you, I'm just hearing blind, not thought through, just irrational fear. Irrational fear. I think there's some strange part of Democrats that are so programmed by the mainstream that fear how likable Trump has become, or how much people have come to trust him. I think it shakes them to their core on some very deep level that they themselves don't very much understand, because they probably don't even have or could look back at an example and have a hero that was in their party that survived and did something so good. You know, I remember when Bill Clinton was the shit when he was president, but now with what we know, so I hope there's something in the core of these people that go along with the status quo that just knows Trump represents something that's not the dishonest masquerade you guys have been programmed, indoctrinated to believe in. So that's my speculation.
Of those policies until a federal judge said, no, the COVID era is over. You can't use that as an excuse in basically preventing asylum seekers from coming into the country. So asylum seekers started coming back into the country as a result of that. But Biden wanted to just continue Trump era policies on immigration, and the same Democrats who made Trump out to be the devil as a result of those policies, totally quiet about Biden, totally quiet. Okay. There's just like so many examples of that double standard.
Okay.
That like now, if I look at Trump and I compare him to a typical corporate Democrat, there are differences too. I don't want to make it seem like they're totally the same, but there are similarities. And a lot of those similarities have to do with the issues that Democratic voters claim to have a problem with Trump on. So I don't fear Trump policy-wise the way I did before, but I do fear what would happen to our liberal democracy.
Stop saying that.
Under a second Trump term.
Can you unpack that, please?
I'm worried that he won't leave. I'm worried that he will disempower.
I think they're afraid of his legacy. I don't buy this whole, I am afraid he won't leave. That if their fear is so insane, the TDS is real, that they think he's going to anoint himself king of the United States, I have to question their sanity and their intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. All right. My TV just likes to interject. You do you, boo.
Our other branches of government in order to increase the power of the executive branch. So
To have a third term, fourth term, like that's kind of what you're thinking.
I'm worried that he won't leave after his term is over.
hell?
I am concerned about that.
You're worried he won't.
Yeah, how do you implement something like that?
Unfounded,
Because
insane.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
The whole
Of
concept
course,
this-
Adam is right there with Anna Kasparian about he's not gonna leave. This is gonna be the new smoking gun talking point 2.0 for the Democratic base, and they're gonna run with this, and then the media is gonna start, and then your baseline, just Joe Schmo regular Democrats that just show up to the polls and vote D in every box. I think they're gonna actually push this false narrative as a legitimate fear, and they're gonna really hope it sticks and prevent and keep those
Mixed
blue
media
check marks going. So sad, really. I'm feeling a lot of pity for these people, and this fool right here, like, I know him, he's frothing at the mouth. He wants it to be true. That's the worst part. They want this to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I don't know. The want of saying "I told you so" is strong. Let's look back at COVID and look at all the data that we have out now, right? And people that didn't get the jab and people that did. Boy, there's a very small population of people that got the jab and said, man, it didn't do much for me, and I seem to have gotten the vid more than the people that didn't get the jab, and that's just a very real thing. So I don't know what the hell we're really looking at here, except for people that are just comfortable being afraid. That's what we're looking at.
2015, 2016, I basically didn't even work that year. I kind of had a nice exit from my company. I just sat around and watched MSNBC all day.
Oh,
I
boy.
watched Morning Joe
Oh, boy.
every morning, okay?
That's what it is.
Straight up. But, we were fed this bowl of lies. And like most Americans who are watching traditional mainstream media, I fell for it. You got me. And just like the Mueller report, if we've seen the Durham report come out recently, it's kind of like, they got us. But most people, I think, double down on what they believe. There's confirmation bias.
Totally.
They're not willing to say, like you said, hold themselves accountable and be like, yep, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Yep, I got it wrong. Especially journalists. Most journalists these days, you talked about where journalism was and like sort of like the journalism of the past. Most journalists these days are essentially activists.
Right.
Whether you're on Fox News, you're Hannity, you're
most of them are bought and paid for. If you're going to throw Hannity into the mix, let's not forget everything. I mean, he got fired, for one, by the mainstream establishment. So to call him an activist, are we going to turn activist into a bad word now? If you have such passion in your own conviction and you build a network, platform, empire, or something, or a company around that conviction, is it now like activist bad, mainstream good? I don't understand it. I really don't.
You're aligned with Trump, whether you're on CNN and you're Don Lemon, whatever. You're literally crying when Trump is out of office. So this mixed media diet. So it's almost like for you personally, you're almost like a woman without a home, it seems, or maybe even a birthing person without a home.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
Here we go. Clear here. Where do you go from here? Doesn't sound like
Right.
you're a Trump fan. Doesn't sound like you have any love for Biden or even a Newsom candidacy. Where do you go from here? Where do you absorb your media diet? Like, unpack all that for me. And to be clear, Trump, like, how do you come up to the assumption that he's just never going to leave office? How does that happen?
It's not an assumption. It's just based on his past behavior,
Fuck out of here. Oh my God. Okay. She has the freaking cojones. Chick is wearing her ovaries on the outside today, and they are dangling like they're on the back of the biggest pickup truck that's compensating for somebody's small pee-pee out there in the world. Holy bejesus. This woman just sat here and said, it's not an assumption. It is completely scientifically backed based on the statistical data of how he has acted in the past. Holy shit, scientist. I had no idea, Anna. Damn, are you that in love with your own opinions that they just jump from opinion and hyperbolic fear to fact? You are a crazy woman.
No, it's totally based on his past behavior and his unwillingness to accept the election results. And by the way, I mean, I'm not a fan of Joe Biden. I live in California.
This is their caveat. This is their little like olive branch. And by the way, even though I think everything I'm saying is a scientific fact because I'm right about everything, I'm not a fan of Joe Biden. Let me tell you. I mean, I'm willing to vote for him again because Orange man bad, the TDS. But yeah, Joe Biden's not my favorite by any means. His son smokes crack, did some human trafficking back in the day, and he used his father as leverage in China and actual collusion, real collusion. Yeah, but I don't like the guy. I'm just gonna vote for him.
California. So obviously it's a deeply blue state. The state was going to go for Biden anyway. So I didn't vote for Biden. I wrote in someone else. I voted Bernie Sanders because I wasn't a fan of Biden. I continue to have issues with him, although there are some areas where he has done better than I expected. Let's just put it that way.
Biden has?
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely like
yeah, he's able to stand sometimes. He doesn't always provide his son with money for drugs. He did defend himself from Corn Pop. He was a bad dude. The leg hairs, though, I don't know. What did he do good, Anna Kasparian?
policy areas where you guys might not agree and you guys might not like what he's done, but he has. I'll give you a perfect example. There were, because of the Trump era tax cuts for corporations and the wealthy, there were certain companies like Amazon, for instance, that got away with paying nothing in federal taxes and in fact would get like a tax refund from the federal government, which is absurd. Obviously, Amazon is an incredibly profitable, successful company. What Biden has done is he has implemented a minimum 15% corporate tax, which I think is fair. If I'm paying a significant portion of my earnings.
Man, we are reaching really far to find something positive here about one of the most unlikable empty husks of a human being that happens to have a political affiliation. Oh, I mean, president of the free world. Amazon became the quintessential hub of commerce, of purchasing and selling for a good spell because, well, COVID kind of happened, right? So what was the popular move? To punish the place that everybody was by proxy forced to go to? What is the legitimate stance to take by saying, the 15% wealth tax is, I think, was pretty good. That's all you got, isn't it? That was a weak one. Oof. You had your moment.
To the federal government, and I'm nowhere near as wealthy as some of these corporations or profitable as some of these corporations. They should pay something. And so 15%, it's not the effective, it's not the actual corporate tax rate, which should be 21%. Trump said that he was going to close all those corporate tax loopholes while cutting the corporate tax rate. He cut the corporate tax rate, but did not get rid of those corporate loopholes. And so that allowed for some of the most profitable corporations in the company to get away with paying virtually nothing in federal taxes. So Biden corrected that wrong, in my opinion. And so I support that. He's done other things, not nearly.
He's done other stuff too. Yeah.
Enough to help working Americans, but he's done more than I've seen from other.
Wow, in reaching for positive actions of the president she voted for. The guy, she's like, I mean, he's done other stuff too. I mean, man, just not a strong moment for any, I don't know, passionate Biden voters. They don't exist. This is as heated and passionate as a Biden voter is going to get right here.
Democratic administrations, including the Obama administration, which did not do nearly enough to help Americans following the 2008 economic crash.
So if you like this clip,
interesting hindsight. Now, there's another special one that I got, but let me pay a visit real quick. And maybe a little information. It was just a paint job. Hi, guys. By the way, it's good to see y'all doing your thing. Let me show you something real quick that I just found interesting. Keep the peels. What's up? Yeah, hey, Anna, it's one of the reasons why I followed her back in the Young Turks day and age. So, did you know this? Oh, YouTube is gonna demonetize this immediately. All right. So, I didn't know this. There's companies that, well, they fund Second Amendment laws. They take action where they can, and I was thank you, by the way. I don't know if you want to be named. You're a silent watcher, but I'm so thankful. You've been around for such a long time. So thank you. I'll just call you Silver, okay? This is shocking. So let me just open up right here. Do you watch movies at AMC theaters? All right, you guys know the many films that have been made by Bad Robot. Do you wear clothes from Levi, Strauss, The Gap, or Gucci? Do you watch CNN, MTV, NBC, HBO? Oh, I love my HBO. Don't mess with my HBO, bro. MSNBC, Showtime. Do you browse Tinder? Nope. Yelp? Nope. eBay? No. Pinterest on a Microsoft computer with Comcast internet. Do you shop at Costco? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you have financially supported companies that want to strip us of our God-given constitutional rights. Holy shit. No, I didn't know that. The Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep and Bear Arms maintains a list of anti-pew pew businesses, which is also known as the Don't Feed Them list. Oh, I get it. Sorry. To be added to the list, a company and or their decision makers have either instituted an anti-pew pew corporate policy or lobbied lawmakers to draft or support anti-firearm legislation. In other words, they had to take action against the Second Amendment. None of the firms made the list by accident. We're not calling for a boycott of these companies. Chairman Alan Gottlieb said last year when 4 more firms were added to the list. Oh, and they're growing. But we are providing this information to American firearm owners so they can make informed decisions about where to spend their hard-earned money. One of the beauties of the American free market system is that it allows business leaders to run their company in any manner they choose, and the marketplace will then decide whether decisions were prudent or ill-conceived. Look at this list, man. Whoa, man. Let me see what he said one more time, and then that's quite a list. There's CEOs here, man, that are seeing to it. I can't believe some of the. All right, Gateway Computers, Gap. Can I open this a little further? Perhaps. Burger King. Damn, Burger King. Can't like what the hell? Can we just like have a rule like keep food out of any of this crap? I really don't want to like think about this kind of thing, and knowing that I'm now like by proxy supporting going against some of the rights that I celebrate because I love a Whopper from time to time. Come on, damn it, fast food. Catch and Release, Cerebra's Systems, Chipotle, Circle Medical, ClassPass, Clearbit, Cleaver, Clockwise, CNN, shocker. Color Genomics, Comcast, damn it. Condé Nast, Costco, Credit Karma, Crunchbase, Curelate, Dannon, Delta Airlines, Dick's Sporting Goods, you bunch of dicks. Disney, DoorDash, Doxel, eBay, Ecolab, I don't know what that is. Electra Labs, Emerson Collective, Enterprise, Full Picture, Fundera. What in the mother effing hell, man? So insane and backwards. I guess when you get to a certain degree in business, you can definitely die on any hill you want to. It's your company, right? But damn. All right, I'm peeping. Oh, what happened? Is Josh here? I saw somebody said Josh? Did Josh pop up right quick? Sorry. By the way, Stuck at Night is in the hizzy. What's up? Hey, thank you, Kohler. I hope I got that right, man. Appreciate you. Good evening to you. Cheers, mate. And Josh, by the way, he is on. Let me show you where Josh is at right now. He's living the dream. By the way, Nicole, I love you. That wasn't cringy, by the way. All right, that's my girl. That's my woman. I'm just the worst freaking boyfriend in the history of boyfriends. But cell phones are important. Trust. New cell phone come tomorrow. All right, Josh. Look at it, man. No hate at all. Just look at the my stories at the top. What I'm talking about, ladies. I love the liberation of your bodies. Okay, just like putting all that stuff on my stories constantly. The OnlyFans culture. I don't know. Okay, like unless it's like personal and they're like emotion or something. I just don't understand. All right. Anyway, let's not get into another thing. And here's Josh. Look at this mf'er over here. Is that Ryan Gosling? No, nope, nope. That's Josh, and I've yet to see the damn film, but I'm waiting for it to premiere in Miami because, well, I'm gonna catch that MFing film, and I'm gonna get some pictures too. Oh, hey, look that's one of Josh's ex bandmates that was a lead singer, and we didn't get along very well in the podcasting place. Okay. Let's see. Did I miss some stuffs here? Not like everyone in this world lets being banned from taking advantage of their Second Amendment allow them to do what they want to do always. Plenty of people just don't pay attention to the rules. Man, a lot of people just don't pay attention. What's up, D. Libby, sweetheart? It's great to see you. So, my friends, keep the peels. Jeremy spoken. How's Mutated? I haven't seen her in a little bit. Actions, are you modded? You better be modded. I don't know. On StreamYard, things look all strange to me. Oh, damn it. Now I'm getting deep in thought, but I will not go into the dark side. So, all right, here we are, guys. I'm just going to say my thank yous. I'm going to continue to try and be more consistent because it's important. This thing, okay? This little thing that's being done on YouTube. It's a little special place, okay? And there's hope. I believe in everything that we can accomplish together. I've been saying that from day one. And I do rely on you guys also. Please feel free. Bring to my attention any topics or stories, whatever the case may be, that you would like repeated here that needs to be spread. Because right now, not to sound like I'm trying to instill fear, okay? I'm not that. That's not my style. The end is nigh. Shouting is not my style. But I do believe that once certain people get to a position of speaking the truth with a large enough platform, there is an attack, and an effective one at that, to silence them, to deplatform them, to demonetize them, to discourage them, to make them stop talking, to make them go away, discredit them, even on a smaller scale, like one YouTuber that I spoke about yesterday in some detail, and I dropped his name. The people that hate him with a fervent passion, they put together fake paperwork to make this man look like he did something 25 years ago that he didn't do. So it's just amazing. And that's not even on a political level. That's just because a bunch of people that want to think like one another and circle jerk all day about how much they hate somebody, they're pushing a bunch of bullshit slander and libel just so other people that don't even know him don't like him. And that's how deep and low, dirty down people go on a small level. Now multiply that by as large as things can be on the public domain and in the government. So we acknowledge there's a festering, disgusting swamp that needs to have some people, and I think I'd be proud to say some people like us. And right now, yeah, I'm throwing in with Trump. I know there's people that have got their eyes set elsewhere. I'm throwing in with Trump. I'm looking forward to his ability, his constitutional right to run again again, unimpeded, especially with all the funded witch hunts that came out of our pockets. Can we get reparations on that? And RFK, yeah, despite his voice, still has my attention. And Vivek, I don't know enough about, but I'm still interested because I'm concerned about the future of this country and this world. I still believe, unless I see otherwise, we may just be at the brink of World War III, and that's terrifying. And I don't agree with this conflict in the fucking Ukraine and all the money that we're sending there. It makes no damn sense to me. And it's not patriotic to hop on the bandwagon and support a conflict that is so far away from our world when we can't take care of our own back home in our own backyard, you know? So I think if you want to feel proud about being American, let's get proud about getting our priorities straight. How about that? Start there and move forward. So my heart is with y'all. Queen Survivor, I miss you with the fervent passion, and I hope I'll be calling you from my brand new phone super, super soon. Tomorrow, we're all leaving. My mother, she claims she needs a new phone to travel to another country. But anyway, and my father, all of us, we're gonna go and we're gonna attend to matters. Silly feathers, what you got? Or not feathers, feathers. But that's just drama, and I don't watch it anymore. Thanks, hey man, thank you, and I try my best to stay kind of out of it. Like I observe, and I reserve my opinions, and I have grown so much in the way of learning how small it is to give your energy to what people that you don't know and don't care about think about you, and that's empowering, brother. So much love to you. Keep the peels, Queen Survivor. All my love to you, Queen Survivor. Stephen A, my brother. Stephen A, you can shout, man. Wolverine, brother from another mother. All things independent. Let me see if I just get the list on D Libby. And actions, not distractions, Mr. Justin, doing your thing. And stuck in the oh man, damn it, I missed Josh entirely. Cheers from Josh is doing his thing, man. All right, guys, that's it. Make it a good one. Oh, D Libby, what are you doing, sweetheart? Thank you so much. Please remember, never forget the help or the conversation that we had, and we've had a few. I'm always here. Okay, if you want to talk, reach out. I'm not the best. Just ask Queen Survivor or anybody in my life ever. But thank you for that. You're lovely. You're an amazing supporter, and I thank you. And by the way, just a little bonus, guys. You remember Jessica Patetis? She used to overtalk everybody back when I was all Creek Squad. She's been making the rounds on the YouTube streets. Thank you so much, sweetheart D Libby. I never know what to say when something like this is done. I'll just say thank you. And yeah, okay, the park thing, yeah, basically. I haven't seen the paperwork, but from what I understand, there's a shit ton of typos, and it was referencing an anniversary about 21 years off from the timeline, so a lot of inaccuracies. All right, so please, by the way, keep the peels. Let me know that Mutated is okay. I haven't seen her. I worry. All right, guys, that's it. That's all. Y'all, much love forever and a day. Good night.